Let me give you an example. Back when I was in high school, I was having a relationship with this girl. At first, our relationship was just fine. It feels equal. But later, I began to realize that there are so many persons in this world who is more attractive than me, and I was very scared of losing her. And because the longer we were in a relationship, the more I felt that she was very important to me. So it made me think that I need to try very hard in this relationship in order to satisfy with her every need, in order to make her think that I'm the most important person to her as well. But after I tried very hard in this relationship, it began to feel imbalanced. It began to feel like she could do better than me. But that wasn't the case at the beginning. Nothing else changes. I didn't get too fat or too skinny or anything. Pretty much everything else stayed the same. It's just the mindset that changes. It's just that I started to feel like she could have find somebody who is more attractive than me, so I need to work very hard in order to avoid this kind of situation. But the harder I tried, the further I drove her away. It was so stupid. At one night when we were studying together, she suddenly said to me that she was hungry. She wanted to eat something. So I went to a store very far away to buy some food for her. But when I went back and gave her the food, she didn't say anything to express any gratitude. She just ate it and went on, and we just keep studying. So it felt like all those things that I didn't improve my image at all. And on the contrary, it had an opposite effect. It makes her to think that I'm worthless. I have to be with her. I have to satisfy with her every need. But back then, I didn't realize this. I was trying very hard, but eventually she still left me. I suppose things will end very differently if I didn't try so hard on everything. If I realize that even if I'm going to lose her in the end, I will be fine. I can live by myself and still be very happy. And the principle of the harder you try, the less you're going to get, it really applies to pretty much everything. Like when you try to fall asleep very hard, but you can't because you won't be relaxed, and falling asleep requires that you be very relaxed, you don't worry about anything. But when you try very hard to fall asleep, all you can think about is the painful situation that you can't fall asleep. Now you're going to wake up very tired tomorrow, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning. If I can't fall asleep now, what will happen tomorrow? And you keep thinking about all these terrible things and how you should fall asleep at this moment. The more you think about this, the more you can fall asleep. But when you start to accept the fact that you can't fall asleep right now, then it's very likely that you will slowly doze off. This is also true when you try to achieve some financial goal or productivity goal. Like when I try to make this video, the harder I try to make this video, the more worried I will be. So whenever I worry so much about the results, the status of the video, I will feel so nervous to start record my video. But if I treat my video as something that nobody is going to watch it, that I'm just making it out of my interest to improve my speaking skills, then I wouldn't worry so much about my poor English skill, my grammar, about how many people are going to see it, or whether people are going to like my video or not. The harder you try to achieve this goal, the more stressful you will feel, and it will give you a too heavy burden that you would be too nervous to start pressing the record button. You would be too nervous to speak to your phone. And no matter what your goals are, whether it is financial freedom or having a relationship or passing some exams, you should realize that it's not really a big deal. You shouldn't treat it too seriously. Usually we would think that if we achieve those goals that we really desire, we would be much more happy than we are now. But the fact is that if you can't feel happy now, you won't feel happy after you achieve those goals. Even if you can feel happy for a few days, it's not going to last. you will have a new goal and you will feel empty again, and then you are always living in the future and you can't satisfy with what you already have. You should really treat those goals as some bonus thing, like something that is good to have, but it's not necessary to have them, because you already have so many wonderful things, even though you may not realize them from time to time. But if you can be satisfied with what you already have, and then you wouldn't feel like you are miserable without achieving those goals. You wouldn't be so eager and so anxious. You would be much more relaxed and calm, and at that kind of situation, it's much more likely for you to achieve those goals. So thank you for watching.